Servitors at work. What kind of car are they restoring? It's a deluxe automobile with a straight 8, maybe 1915. It ain't no Corvair. The bust of somebody. It says Henry Ford. It sure looks like Mr. Lincoln. Some people have the patience. Like I always tell friends, I'm a hammer and chisel kind of guy. I like to beat on things. It's just a great place. You got the semicircular bricks, beautiful wooden floors. This is a really, really superior museum. I've never seen anything like this, and I don't go to a lot of museums, mind you. This is a must-see kind of place. You've got to see this just to believe it. Too bad I've only got another 40 minutes of turbo time. Makes everything you do seem so insignificant. Oh boy. Imagine climbing a rickety ladder to fix something that's just not working properly. Look at that valve. Rusted. You gonna take your honey on a trip out west and get yourself a rust-free shell? You know who I'm talking about. I'm not gonna mention any names. You watch all my videos. I heard you say rusted enough times. You didn't learn that from Mary Poppins or Sesame Street. The Dixon engine, 1811. This engine drove an English silk mill until 1928 when it came to this museum. Engines of very similar designs were built by makers in Britain and the United States until about 1860 when more modern types replaced them. Everything is always outdated. Yeah, I don't know what the bell does, but it's a bell. The Dixon engine, 1811. I wonder if they had head gasket sealer back then if you popped the gasket. Look at that connecting rod. Nice balls. Wait. Cast. Another machine. Oh, every time you turn around, this place is crazy. Engine indicator, wood barrels. What is this? It's a McNaught compound engine, 1873, Harrison and Clayton Engineers, Northampton, England. In 1845, John McNaught devised a simple but effective way to increase the power and efficiency of existing beam engines. McNaught did this by adding a new high-pressure cylinder to existing engines. This thrifty updating of engines became very popular. Okay. Head gasket. Keep that pressure in. Loose screw. Another monster connecting rod. I can't believe these machines were actually used 100, 150 years ago. I've never seen this in my life. There's the output shaft. Sitting on top of some beautifully carved Indiana limestone. 2 connecting rods. Another one. And there's another one behind it. Holy Toledo. Holy Toledo, Ohio. Wow. Double nutted. There's the keyway. It's one heck of a keyway with a brass bushing in the back. The Grasshopper engine, about 1806, the builders of this engine decided that the fulcrum of the beam should be placed at the end of the beam rather than in the middle, making it resemble a grasshopper. That one pivots in the middle. Many Grasshopper engines were built in England and the United States. American inventor Oliver Evans used this design in his Pioneer engines made in England. Oliver Evans. New and improved James Watts. So why the Greek column? Engineers try to make every part of the machine functional, but they also are affected by accepted standards of beauty. When this engine was built, Greek revival architecture was very popular. Thomas Horn added the columns because he thought it looked good. That Greek column right there. Potential customers for his engines probably felt the same way. What do you think? I don't know. What do you like? British industry moves full steam ahead. A steam engine requires the constant labor of man. He must regulate its motion and the velocity. He must procure coals for the fire necessary to work it. He must attend to its annual repairs. David Ricardo, 1817. Oil your hinges with fluid film. Take off the door panel and spray it into the latch mechanism and the door button. Otherwise, I'll be upset. I can't stand it when I hit the door button of a nicely restored car. Thomas Horn engine, 1850, used its steam twice. I'm going to move on over to what I think is the last engine that I'm going to look at with you. And it is the Jumbo. Models of steam engines. American Marine Beam, 1887. Another one over there. And then this monstrosity. Look at the connecting rod on this guy. You can adjust the tension on the connecting rod by screwing that, which wedges and pushes the two halves together, which has a keyway. Ingenuity. Highland Park Plant Engine Generator, built 1912, 4,000 kilowatts, 250 volts DC, 6,000 horsepower at 80 RPM, manufactured by Hooven Owens Rentschler Company, Hamilton, Ohio. Cylinder bore 42 inches, it's almost 4 feet. Stroke 72 inches, 6-foot stroke. Oh, Bill. Henry Ford built 9 of these great engine generators in his powerhouse of his mighty Highland Park